is making another statement by saying وَلَن يَتَمَنَّوْهُ, they will never make a desire, they will never wish. Who is pointing to the death, so they will never wish for it. Abadan also means forever and ever. Okay? Bima means because qaddamat aydihim, their own hands have sent forth. Wallahu alimun bizzalimin. So we'll translate that when it comes. So let's look at the word wa means and. Okay. And lan means never. Okay. Now lan also has characteristic. It is used for the future. Okay, but I will never do this thing. Okay, or he will never go there. Okay, so it's a statement for future by saying never, ever, ever. Okay, that's one thing. The second thing is that it will. Let's look at the word again. This yatamanna. Okay, so the word we just learned was tamanna. Tafa'ala tamanna. Tamanna means to desire. Okay. Now also, if we look at the grammar of these three letters, fa, ain and lam, and if we put a ya in the beginning and vuna at the end, this becomes the grammar of present and future and plural. So if we keep the three letters in the middle, it will be pronounced as yaf aluna. Yaf aluna means they do or they will do. Mudare this covers both. They will do. Okay. Now, vuna is the plural, and plural is they here. Okay. Ya is the sign of present tense and future tense, so that is pointing to this thing or this. Okay. So yaf'aluna means they do or they will do. So if you want to make the future or present tense and a plural of third person, they and do, you add an ya and vuna. Okay, so we can do the same thing here. Okay, so if we add a ya in the beginning and vuna at the end, okay, and the middle part is tamanna. So here, ta, mim, noon, tamanna. We don't have to use this ya because ya was only for the writing purpose here. So this word will become yatamannauna. Yatamannauna means they will desire or they desire. Okay, so they will desire. Let's use this one. Okay, again. We put a ya and a vuna, these two. Ya brings the meaning of present tense and future tense. Vuna brings the concept of they, plural, third person plural. And the middle part is tamanna. So if you just take out the ya and just put rest of the letters here, so it will become ya tamannauna. They will desire. So the word is yatamannauna, yatamannauna. Okay. Now, learn does something. When learn is used, which brings the concept of never. If it was la, which is not, then there is nothing we have to do. But if it is a lan, which is never, then that brings a different concept. And first thing lan does, it just kills the sound of this noon. Okay? So the word becomes lan yatamannau. Okay? Lan yatamannau will be they will never desire. Okay? They will never desire. Okay? Lan yatamannau. Okay? There is no noon, so it is yatamannau only. Okay? When you read these things together, the ya and noon sukoon before the ya makes it a sound of the gunna. So it will be lan yatamannau. Okay? So instead of pronouncing lan and yatamannau, we will bring the sound of the gunna, lan yatamannau. So that means we are sounding this ya twice with the gunna. Lan yatamannau, that's the tajweed which is separate. So the meaning is they will never desire. Okay, that's the word here. This who means it. And this it is pointing to the mauta, al-mauta, the death. So the meaning will be they will never desire it. It means the death. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, knowing their nature, they want to live thousands of years in this worldly life. They don't want to die. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is explaining that because of their nature, that they hate death and they love this worldly life, they will never desire for the death. Okay? And the word abada, abada also means ever and ever and ever. Okay? Or forever. Okay? So you can do this ever. Okay? They will never come out and say like, yeah, we want to die. Now why is that? Why is that they don't want to die and they want to live forever? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving the reason for that. The word is bima. Bima has multiple meanings. It depends how it comes in the sentence. But when it comes with a statement and a reason, then it can be translated as because. Because they will never desire for the death because they have done something. So bima means because. Then the next word is qaddamat. So let's look at this word. It starts with these letters, qaf, dal and mim. Qadama. Qadama means to move forward. When we put a step, next step, we move forward. So qadama means that. Okay? And this is 3 letters word, so it is a bab fa'ala. Okay? If we put a shadda on the middle letter, it becomes bab fa'ala, and this will become qaddama. Okay. Fa'ala becomes qaddama. Qaddama means to send ahead of you, to send something forth or before you, to send forth. To send ahead of you something, to make a preparation ahead of something. Qaddama. Now, the meaning of the bab itself also is he sent, third person in past tense, just like fa'ala. It also means he did. Okay, when we put the 3 fathas, the meaning becomes he did. So, by putting three fathas, or the name of the bab itself is the same as putting the three fathas, it becomes he sent forth. Past tense in third person. Okay. Now, if you put a ta at the end of this, it becomes qaddamat. And qaddamat is the feminine, so she sent forth. Okay. So now instead of she, we have a word here, so we don't need to translate the word she. The next word is aydihim. So let's look at this word. Okay. Yadun means hand. Okay. Yadun means hand. Yadullah, hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not in a physical sense. So its plural is aidi. Aidi means hands. Okay. And hum means them or their. Okay. So when you combine these two, mudaf and mudaf ilayh, aidi and hum will mean their hands. So how are we going to write this thing? You write down this ya will be written like this, and hum will be joined with this. Okay. Now, for the tajweed, for the pronunciation reason, we are pronouncing aidi. To make easy on the tongue, we also pronounce this as him, not hum. So the sound of this dhamma changes to a sound of a kasra. And also we write as a kasra here. So it becomes aydihim, their hands. So qaddamat aydihim, their hands have sent forth. Means whatever they have earned in this worldly life, that is the meaning of you have sent something for yourself for the future. So bima qaddamat aydihim, because they have sent. So we don't have to translate they here because aydihim is there. Have sent their hands. Okay. Have sent forth means ahead of them. Okay. So whatever they have earned in this life, which is not good, so that is what they have sent forth. Ahead of them, their hands have sent. And that is the reason then they will never desire for the death. Then the next word is wallahu. Wallahu means and Allah. Okay. And the word after that is alimun. Alimun is from and, lam, mim. This means to know. Okay, and alim is the one who knows everything. Okay, alimun, and this is the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He is all knowledgeable about everything. Okay, so here you can translate that all knowing. Alimun, all knowing, the one who knows everything. And wallahu alimun, and Allah knows everything. Okay. Then the word after that is za, lam and mim. This means to do wrong. Okay. And the doer here is zalimun. Zalimun means wrongdoer. One person. Its plural is zalimuna. Zalimuna. Wrongdoers. Zalimuna, you write down zalim, this alif al-maqsura instead of this one, and limuna, zalimuna. Okay. Now, if we put the ba with a kasra before that, this can be translated as off. Okay. Actually, before doing that, we want to put an al. Okay. Al means the. Okay. So when you put al, za being a shamsi letter, gives the sound of lam, it becomes az-zalimuna. Okay, so you don't pronounce this lam, but you pronounce this za twice, so that's the reason you put a shadda there. It's az-zalimuna. Okay, now, and you put a b before that, which is a harf-jar, and then it is off. Okay, harf-jar. What harf-jar does that? It takes this in the plural form, it takes this waw and changes into a ya. So this becomes az-zalimina. Okay? And when you read with this ba, you do not pronounce this alif. Biz-zalimina, of the wrongdoers. And Allah is all knowing or all aware of the wrong doers. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is clarifying here that they will never desire for the death because of what their hands have already sent ahead of them, which means they have earned in this past in their life by doing wrong things. So Allah knows everything of those who do wrong. Biz-zalimina, of the wrongdoers. Okay. So inshallah we'll stop at this point.